Hey YouTube, welcome to Sunkerns Lab. Today we're going to be doing some Pokemon Online live battling. Recently, the changes in the tiers on PO, if you've been, following, have been pretty severe, at least in my opinion. The number one change is obviously that, let me see if I can find which team. I didn't load that one, but Reuniclus is in UU along with Blissey. I'm not really too worried about Blissey. I find Blissey to be an annoyance at best. It's not an issue, and it shouldn't be in UU. It's just an annoying, bulky Pokemon. But Reuniclus is powerful. Reuniclus is scary. The Life Orb Trick Room set can literally sweep a whole team who's unprepared, with zero resistance at times. So definitely something that to think about when you're playing UU now, because if you don't bring counter, then you very well could find yourself being swept. But anyway, we're not going to be doing UU today. We're going to be doing some NU, and which is odd because I guess you could call me a UU player, but I made a new account. We're going to see how these Pokemon test up against the Pokemon of the tier currently, or obviously they can I'll be facing people who might be using the same thing. So Primeape dropped, Manectric dropped, Swallow dropped. Just going through this real quick. Archeops dropped, I believe, two tier changes ago or something. So maybe a couple months or something. But I haven't used it yet for a while. I used it way back in the day when I was big into NU. That was back in the days where I was on first page in NU for quite a long time. Consistently in first page NU using an Archeops. Archeops is so good, and it's undeniable because its power is just too much. But I don't know how it's NU. It blows my mind. I was thinking about this last night. I don't understand how Archeops manages to be NU. But anyway, defensive Sandshrew for the rapid spin support, because I do have two flying types and a voltturn core, and then Samurott for a special attacking non-choice poke, because I feel like that's important. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's how we're going to be going about this, and I'm going to be finding a battle. If it takes more than a minute, then I'm going to cut it out, but it didn't, so no worries. This person has a Rampardos, which is always a threat. I don't care who you are. Rampardos is a fat threat. That thing is a threat. So is Slacking. Okay. I did have one battle with this team before this video. I was recording it, but it just basically turned into the guy stalling me with Alamomola, and it got to the point where I was not willing to play the battle anymore. It was like a 60-turn battle, and it was still 4-4 or something, and I'm not willing to play those battles, so I just X'd out and I ended the video. I'm not going to upload that garbage. It was to the point where in the video I was basically I don't even want to go there. But I was angry, not because I was losing, because I could care less if I lose, and I think I've showed that many times in my videos. I'm just gonna leave with my Primeape because it's my best bet. His Raichu is more than likely faster than me, especially since I am banded. Oh, and by the way, this account's name is Give Me Attention. Why? I don't know. Just because I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna go into my Manectric. I don't really want. Okay, this is a the guy that I battled in the battle that I'm referring to when I say that I refuse to upload it. The guy, quite literally, and I'm not exaggerating. He had Protect on 4 Pokemon, with Toxic on 3 of them. And come on, just come on. The sad part is I was actually making some really decent predictions in terms of keeping ahead of him, but for whatever reason he just had to Toxic Stall, and it was really frustrating. And I'm not gonna excuse the fact that this team can't handle that, but it's still just come on. Toxic Stalling is such an annoying playstyle that I don't understand why people do it. I don't understand what your... if you're so worried about winning, I guess that you might find a use in Toxic Stalling. I don't know why I keep going into this thing, because I can't really touch Raichu, except with Overheat. So I'm just gonna go for Overheat. I don't think he's gonna want us to stay in. I don't know why he would want to stay in. Now I do have a Sandshrew, which can actually take head smashes, surprisingly, unless it's banded or something, and it's definitely not banded. So I'm gonna go for Rapid Spin. He doesn't have another Stealth Rocker, more than likely. He might be a. So he might have. Can Grass Knot kill Sandshrew? I mean, let's see how much. Yeah, I only have 145 special defense. That definitely can kill Sandshrew. I don't want my Manectric to die, so I don't really want to bring it on this, but I don't know what other options I have here. I kind of want to get my Stealth Rocks up, though, because Rampardos is a massive... I mean, Masquerain is a massive threat, having Quiver Dance, so... What is he going to do, though? I mean, I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, and I actually live with Grass Knot. I guess, for those of you who don't know, Grass Knot is relevant. The base power of Grass Knot is based on how heavy you are, not, it doesn't have a set base power that is set based on, you know, just having a set base power, basically. So, and something's going to die right now to Facade. Even if he brings in Rampardos, it's going to die. So I get rid of the Raichu, which is wonderful, because now I can freely go for Volt Switch with my Manectric, and that'll be a great help to my team. So I'm going to bring in my Sandshrew, let it die. He goes for the Sucker Punch, which is totally fine by me. I have Stealth Rocks up, right? Yeah, so I think he's more than likely going to switch into his Behem. That's what I would do in his position. So I'm going to go into my Primeape. Oh, he switches into his Masquerain, which is fine too. I can go for a Stone Edge right here, but more than... Yeah, I'm just going to go for Stone Edge. I'm not going to... Wow. I'm not going to play around with this thing. I know I missed, and you know what, life sucks, but... He actually, that's interesting. He intimidated my Sandshrew rather than my Primeape because I was actually faster than him, or he was faster than me, so he switched out first. But anyway, yeah, that's a fine battle. Got a few points there, so that's cool. I mean, I would have more than likely 6-0'd this guy. I might have had to fodder out my Sandshrew at some point. He didn't have any of the new threats. I guess, you know, you might be able to attribute it to that. I mean, it might have been a team advantage rather than just skill, which I'm more than likely assuming that it was team advantage. But okay, looking at this guy's team, he has a Ghost type, which is kind of annoying because that means he has a Rapid Spinner. He definitely has a Stealth Rocker. More than likely that's a Scarfed Sock. He has a Ground type. These are the kind of teams that I don't want to face because basically everything on his team has some type of negative effect on something on my team. So I'm gonna just lead with my Primeape. I can go. Is he banded? I doubt it. If he doesn't have Mold Breaker, I highly doubt that he's banded. I don't know why he wouldn't run Mold Breaker on a banded set, but he doesn't have a Spinner. I'm gonna go for the U-turn because, okay, is that banded? I mean, is that banded damage? I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't know how to handle it because of that. I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rock. If he stays in, goes for the close combat, I'll know that he's banded because there's no other reason to stand on the Sandshrew. He goes into his... Hell, this thing's called Torterra. I don't really have anything to handle this thing. I feel like I'm gonna lose this battle. I don't feel like I have a chance because his team is just... It makes such a good counter to mine. I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss. He goes for the Wood Hammer. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to live 2 of those. And he has a Rocky Helmet? That's normal. I'm going to go for another Seismic Toss if he decides to set up his Stealth Rocks. And I can just get some damage off on this thing. I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin on the off chance that he decides to... Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, Rapid Spinning, if you Rapid Spin onto a Rocky Helmet, I actually thought I had more than 12% health left, but no, I guess I didn't. So if you Rapid Spin onto a Rocky Helmet and you die before the Stealth Rocks are spun away, basically. So basically, if you die to the Rocky Helmet damage, you don't actually get your spin off. So I'm going to go for Substitute here, predicting a Toxic, and then I'm going to go for Hidden Power. I don't really think that this thing can touch me. I quite like using Frillish in NU. I've used it quite extensively in the past. I find it to be really good, actually. It's a good spin blocker, in my opinion. I mean, once again, this is my opinion. There's probably better spin blockers, and it's a very good check to most versions of Samurott, especially the Sword Stance version, because Sword Stance usually runs Aquajet, Waterfall, and Banglehorn. Sometimes Aquajet, Waterfall, and Return even. So, I mean, is it that hard to figure out what you're gonna do? I mean, you're either gonna stay in and let this thing die, or you have to go into Rotom. Those are your two options. It's not really that difficult to. Or is it? Did I not pick a move? Why is my time going down? Okay, I'm not disconnected, I don't think. Nope. Okay. Well, I don't know if this is lag or what it is, but I'll cut out a little bit because I don't want to waste a few minutes of the video on lag if this happens to be lag. So be right back. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, guys. I'm gonna cut that minute or so out. I just realized my hidden power was activated. My hidden power was disabled. My hidden power grass was disabled, and that's why I wasn't making a move. So, yeah, I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch. I'm not gonna go for any heavy predictions here. Go out into my Samurott, and now I can go for hidden power grass again. Take out that Frillish. So, yeah, basically what happened was because this theme doesn't really have much of a difference between when a move has been previously clicked and when a move is, what's the word for it, disabled or something along those lines. Like, it just kind of shades it out. I had no clue because I didn't read, and once again, like, it disabled it again. As you can see, this just looks like exactly how it would look if I had clicked the move, as you can see, because I clicked that move. And yeah, I'm gonna decide to just fodder off my thingy right there. Forgot what its name was. I'm gonna go into my Swellow though, because it's my best option at this point. It basically, okay, that thing is scarfed, and I don't understand. I'm really surprised that it OK'd my Primeape, but then again, Primeape is frail, so you know, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I'm not mad or anything, but I'm gonna go for the Overheat because more than likely he's just gonna bring in his Torterra because that's really his best option. And if he stays in, then I get rid of the Stalk, which is really nice because now nothing really stands in the way of my Archeop sweeping his team unless he, for some reason, runs double scarfing Rotom S, which is possible. You know, it's possible that he would run that. I personally ran that in the team. I'm not sure if I was talking about this in this video. I'm gonna go for another Overheat. I can't really. Okay, I don't know why he did that. Maybe he forgot, maybe it was a misclick, who knows. I have to let this thing stay in and die because I need to get my... I need to bring my Archeops in for free. And then hopefully we can... What died? Torterra. I'm not sure if Stone Edge kills this thing. I don't know if I want to risk it. I'm going to go with the Acrobatics. I'm not going to go... Oh, yes, thank you. I'm glad that Quick Attack didn't bring me into Defeatist range, because if that had done so, I would have definitely lost. Now I'm going to go for Stone Edge. It doesn't kill, which is so frustrating. And I definitely lose. I don't think Rotom S dies to a Stone Edge. Actually, it does. Archeops, thank you for being so powerful. So yeah, I actually just won. I mean, I'm surprised. It just shows the power of Archeops. He's definitely my MVP so far. So, cool. That's kind of why I save Archeops for last, because in almost every situation, if you save your Archeops for late game, as long as your opponent doesn't have anything with like Aquajet, you're basically safe to assume that you've won the battle, or that you're very likely going to win the battle. Anyway, let me move my mic a little bit. Sorry if this is annoying. Just want to get it so that it doesn't interfere with my mouse clicks, or so it doesn't interfere with me moving my mouse. So. Anyway, this guy's team, he doesn't have a ground type, which is awesome, I don't think. Let me just relook so I don't look like an idiot. Okay, he doesn't have a ground type. He doesn't really have a serious fighting resist. He has Arbok, which is going to take a butt ton, literally a butt ton from close combat. Once this thing dies right here, I should be able to straight sweep with either Archeops or Swellow, or even both, depending on the situation. But I think the first thing that I want to do is lead off with my Manectric, because like I said, he doesn't have a ground type, and I can just Volt Switch around like a psychopath. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. He could go for the Toxic here. I don't know how that would help him. The only other move that he could really go for is the Thunder Wave. Or the Wish. Unless it's offensive. I'm going to go into my Sandshrew. Okay, he gets up the Light Screen. What can he set up with? A Caracosta, definitely. And I don't want that to happen. So I don't really know what my options here are. I'm pretty sure that Manectric still outspeeds +2 Caracosta. I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks because you know, I don't really have much of a choice here, because if Caracosta comes in and Shell Smashes in my face right now, then you know, I can't do anything. I have nothing that can kill it straight out. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run a damage calc real quick and see if Hidden Power Grasp from Manectric can kill, and I'll be right back. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't want to lose turn 2 because I didn't take the time to figure something out. So just be right back in a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. I just took a look at the damage calc real quick. I most definitely can OKO with Manectric, with Hidden Power Grasp, especially after Stealth Rocks. Even without Stealth Rocks, it's like a 80% chance to OKO, so I'm not really worried about that thing at all. I don't know why he would go for Leech Seed. I mean, at this point of the battle, like, you have dual screens up. I'm going for Seismic Toss. The last thing you really want to do is waste those screens by going for a waste of turns, basically. I'm gonna switch out to my Primeape. I guess he more than likely predicted that, or he could have just gone for the Giga Drain. I don't know. I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and that obviously does nothing because, as we all know, the screens are up, and that's obviously not gonna do much with screens up. The light screen is gone now, which is great. I don't really have. I mean, I can just let this thing die, I guess. I don't really have any reason that I need it for much. Caracosta might be the rock setting variant, and Cacturn might be spike setting, but I don't intend on letting them set up really on me. So anyway, U-turn, it did 24%, so that's definitely not going to kill. If this is a physically defensive Meganium, I don't really know what I have to kill it. I guess I'll go into my Archeops. I guess this is the best possible thing I could use my Acrobatics gem on, my flight gem on. Get rid of that Meganium real quick. What's the variation here? I guess he's lower than me. How does somebody manage to be lower than 1,000? Whatever. I don't think that this thing dies to an Acrobatics, but I do still have my Swellow, so I'm not really too worried about win conditions here. I can definitely. Okay, Thunder Wave. I mean, if you want to be that guy, sure, but I don't understand why you would run that. I'm gonna go for Close Combat here because I don't really have much to fear in that sense. I mean, he can go into his Caracosta, as we've already discussed, or he can go into his Arbok, which doesn't take anything from that Close Combat, but you know, that's after an Intimidate and a Reflect and a Resist, so makes sense. So I'm gonna go into my. I cannot stand this Arbok set. I've never liked it, and I most likely never will. I really find it to be nothing short of a childish annoyance, and I don't know how to say that nicely. It's like, of course I'm gonna miss Hydro Pump because, I mean, you know, if somebody uses an annoying set, it automatically makes them 50% more lucky or something. It's truly like as if that is the case, and I don't understand why that happens, but for whatever reason, it really does happen like that, and I don't know how to describe it or why it happens, but the Light Screen Morph, he's going to be able to set up another Light Screen right now. I'm going to go for another Hydro Pump. I could miss. Thankfully I don't, so that Audino is finally gone, and like I said, as long as I can manage to stall out the screens, I can OKO Thunder. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I lose to a guy who is using Thunder on an Ampharos and an NU team. I really am gonna be, like, honestly embarrassed. I need to stall out these screens a little bit more. So I'm gonna go for the close combat, hopefully do a good amount of damage, and like his whole team is based around like defense boosting. And of course I get paralyzed by his static. Punishment actually deals damage equal to relevant to okay, he hits us under this time. Relevant to stat boosts, so that could be useful for me. How many? He's at +6 defense right now. And I need both of these Pokemon alive, so I'm gonna go for the Protect. Hopefully stall out screens a little bit. The Reflect wore off, which is great. I'm gonna go for the Facade. Hopefully kill this thing, and I do crit it, which I don't know if that mattered. It's kind of unfortunate for him if it did, but you know, it's. I don't really feel too bad because of so far this guy has been basically spamming defense boosting moves, and so I don't really have any pity for him whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that I just lost, actually. God damn it! I should have thought this through a little bit more rather than ranting. And now I lose because Cacturn can obviously take Volt Switches for days. Wow. Can we get another crit? That would be really nice. Actually, I'm pretty sure I won, unless he has Sucker Punch, which he most likely does. I'm actually kind of pissed that I lost to that failure of a team. Like, that fucking, it's so annoying. Whatever, I guess that's life. I'm gonna lead with my Primate because more than likely U-turn will be the best advantage for me. So yeah, he leads with his Electros. I don't really see an issue with U-turning on this. I don't think it's going to be Scarfed. So I'm going to go into my Sandshrew. He goes for the Flamethrower, of course, because obviously, you know, Flamethrower on a Primate makes total sense. Especially considering that I don't even have a Pokemon that resists grass that's not. Whatever. Just whatever. I guess this is what you get for playing people who have no clue what they're doing. I feel like I'm overthinking so much to the point where I'm actually making myself lose because I'm trying to think things through to the point where, you know, it actually makes sense. But in reality, it's not going to make sense because these people are terrible. So I should, like, I mean, fun. Your team is fast. You have a Samurai. You have a Sock. You have a Cacturn with Sucker Punch. Why do you need Thunder Wave? I mean, you should be running something else. And of course, I Ice Beamed. I'm going to substitute here. If he decides to go for another Roost, then I get a free sub up. If not, then I get 2 sub up on his U-turn, which is nice in this case, because hopefully he'll switch into his Camerupt. He switches into a Sock, actually. He's going to outspeed me, go for close combat more than likely, or Stone Edge in this case, which is fine. And now he dives to Rocks if he... Oh no, I don't have Rocks up. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam. Hopefully don't get paralyzed, please. Thank you. Get Sock out of the way real quick. Getting Sock out of the way early is always nice in NU because Sock is such a huge threat. Now, he's going to have to kill me. He can't really set up on me if he's an offensive set, for obvious reasons. So I'm going to go into my Primate up now. Go for the close combat. I'm going to straight OKO that Camerupt. That's very nice. I don't know why people run defensive Camerupt sets, because the thing has terrible defenses. It doesn't have good HP. Is this thing Scarfed? Nope. Okay. And once again, like, if normally I would have switched out, because nobody in their right mind switches in a regular... Okay. I'm pretty maybe not. Maybe that crit didn't matter, but still pretty annoying that he is going to crit me on. Watch him crit my Swellow as well. That would be awesome. I would be so happy. I would literally scream out in happiness. Now he has his Natu and his Cacturn left. Okay, so he just lets his Cacturn die and forfeits. So that's fine, I guess. I'm kind of unhappy. I'm really not enjoying. Not necessarily that I'm not enjoying commentating. I'm not enjoying this session so far because the people that I'm facing are so bad that it's like I'm losing because I'm giving them credit for more credit than they really deserve, I guess you could say. No, and that might sound mean, but truly, like, I'm giving them more. I'm assuming that they're better than they are, which is actually becoming an issue. It's actually really, truly hurting me. And anyway, let me get into this battle. I think that his team can almost certainly be swept by Camerupt if he gets. I mean, by I don't know why I said Camerupt. Excuse me, by Samurott if he gets weakened enough. Other than like his, what is that called? Articuno. I haven't seen Articuno in so long, I forgot what it was called. He does have a ground type though, so I don't want to lead with my Manectric, so I'm going to lead with this thing. Go for a Hydro Pump. If he stays in, he dies. If he switches out, something else takes a butt ton of damage. Because Hydro Pump is powerful, so Camerupt is dead. And hopefully we can manage to... Okay, he's going to bring in this thing. He's obviously going to go for either a Grass Knot or a Thunderbolt. Or is he gonna predict my switch into Sandshrew or my switch into Manectric? That's I think Sandshrew is my safest bet, and I mean, this is another guy who goes with Flamethrower. I mean, I don't understand why Flamethrower is your safest bet here. I really don't. I mean, you would be better off going for Thunderbolt because, you know, upon me going into my Sandshrew, I could easily just switch out to my Samurott again. And this guy's taking a year and a day to make these moves as if they're like fucking rocket science. And now I'm just gonna go for a substitute because I feel like he's probably locked in, and like I said at the beginning, I'm pretty sure that Samurott pretty much destroys this guy's team. For the most part, anyway, I think. He has a Pidgeot. I don't know what Pidgeot wants to do. Do I need my rocks up? Let me look at this guy's team. I would like them up for Articuno. But I don't really have anything else to fodder out, and I don't know why he wouldn't be running max speed. So I'm gonna go into my Sandshrew and just let that thing die. Double Edge. Okay. I'm gonna go into my Manectric because his ground type is dead, and he might stay in unless this thing dies because Pidgeot is more than likely his most useless. If not, then I get free switch into whatever else I want, really. And at this point, I mean, like I said, if he switches out, I get a free switch in anything. I'm pretty sure that Primeape OKOs with close combat from this point. So I'm just gonna go for it, and definitely. Oops, I don't know if you guys saw that, but just accidentally hit my start menu key, and my start menu popped up. So that's great. And this video is coming on 30 minutes long, so this is probably going to be the last battle. And I apologize if I've been a little bit ragey and if I haven't really seemed like I was enjoying myself. The reality is I've actually not really been enjoying myself. Not because of it. I like this team actually quite a bit. But I've been playing people. I get annoyed with Pokemon not because does he really have to think that hard about what he can go into? I mean, it's probably going to time stall, which is fucking annoying. But basically, I've been playing people who just aren't good. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're really bad, and I just think way too much about it, make stupid plays that are unnecessary, make unnecessary predictions, and wow, Pidgeot, or whatever your name is, okay? Why would you do that? Like this guy, I mean, he's using Sky Attack when you have Brave Bird at your disposal. At least I think it has Brave Bird. I mean, he's switching in Armaldo on Special Attack. He's staying in with Altaria on a substitute Samurott. Like, why? Like, he's using a Pidgeot. I mean, that in and of itself kind of tells you something. I guess NBZ uses a Pidgeot too, but he uses a special set because he's weird, but I guess it's gonna be the end of this, and like I said, I apologize if I was annoyed. I really don't even want to post this because I feel like I've been raging too much, but you know, Pokemon comes with the good and the bad, so I guess this has been a little bit of the bad side of Pokemon where, you know, you whatever. I don't want to start raging about people's playstyles, but I just can't. I don't understand, and I can't agree with a lot of the stuff. So I guess that's it. I guess that's what we're gonna end here, because it's been 30 minutes right now. I'm gonna be cutting out a few minutes of it for, you know, because of battle finding or stuff like that. Whatever has, whatever the reason is that I have to call stuff out. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head right now. I think it was just because I thought I was lagging or something, and I had the, I had my hidden power graph disabled. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't, if that's what you want to do. And do whatever else you want with the video. I don't know if there's anything else you can do with the video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see my future content, and also you can click the buttons on your screen to go to wherever they redirect you to. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.